Said to the guy, I buried him already. We're good. Hey, buds! Welcome to the potty. It is season 7, episode 6. Hey, Timmer.
What's going on, Cloudy? How you doing tonight, buddy? You all right?
I'm looking forward to this one tonight.
You look cold, buddy. You all right?
I am cold. The studio / shop / gym
right
/ is heat issues going on. So
really,
yeah.
All right, buddy. Hopefully, you got a winter warmer there that you're drinking tonight.
Yeah, I even put pants on for the broadcast.
Oh, so wow. It must be cold.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal. Let's get rolling right into it tonight before we get to our guest, Richard Ravenhawke, who's coming up here in just a little bit. All right, we'll get to more coming up here in the pod. Let's welcome in our guest. This is a guy I've had on the radio show a bunch of times. Let's pull him in here. It's Richard Ravenhawke. Hey, Richard, what's going on, buddy?
How you doing?
Very good, man. Very good.
Doing
I'm going to do a little shuffleboard here and get us moved around a little bit so we can focus on the man of the moment. There he is.
There's Richard Ravenhawke. It's good to see you. You and I go way back. Holy cow.
Yeah. Well, you tell me how far back we've gone.
Gotta be 15 years anyway. Jeez.
It has been a while. So
when we were both young and pretty, we'll put it that way.
Oh boy.
I'm not liking where this is going so far here. Richard is a psychic. How do you say it? Is it Reiki?
Reiki.
Yeah, Reiki. Okay. So we're going to have to ask you about that. Spiritual coach and a past life reader. So we got a lot of things to ask. But Richard, your background, you've been doing this for how long? How long have you been doing this?
39 years now. I did my very first professional show in 1983.
Really?
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Like, Tim, and I know you got a question here, Tim. I'll let you start with yours right there.
No, I don't know. How do you get into this? So 39 years ago, how do you know you got this talent, Richard?
Yeah, it was the only job I could get where I didn't have to get my hair cut.
Fair. Yeah, might as well, eh? Might as well. So funny.
It was always an interest, you know?
Yeah.
Why are only some people great chefs, even though other people can't boil eggs, you know? But technically everybody can cook. It's because ever since yay high, they wanted to be in the kitchen. Yep. You know, it's the same principle, right? So if anything, once it becomes your passion, evolves into a gift because you're putting your heart into it, right?
So 39 years ago, 83, if that's with the math. Do you remember your first reading, and did you walk away going, "Ooh, I just made that up"?
It was a hard sell. I was 17 years old in 1983.
Wow.
And, to sit at a public psychic fair, as skinny, I was like this, I was one of these skinny people that ate at McDonald's, they get on my nerves, right? Pimply faced and, saying, can I tell your future? It took a little bit to get into the groove,
Yeah.
And the fear of having to tell people it's your very first reading, I'd only been reading for about 2 or 3 months prior to that,
Mm-hmm.
So, but I just, I had this promoter contact me and said, have you ever heard about psychic fairs? And I jumped right in. And, by the time I was 19 or 18, actually, I was in the newspaper.
Wow.
And everything just took off from there,
So did you see this becoming a career? Like, you've made a career of this over 39 years. Did you see back then, like, hey, I'm going to make this a run. I'm going to pay a mortgage with this life.
I fell in love with it very, very quickly, and the promoters kept me busy. And, I never have been a local psychic because of all the trouble involved. Like, every city or town has its, you always hear about somebody that's famous that sits at home and books their readings. And I've never been like that because I'm not the kind of person that can sit still.
Yeah.
But, I've crossed Canada over 20 times, I've read in several countries. I've been around the world twice with it. And it's been an amazing journey.
That sounds like quite a journey. So obviously the last 2 years must have been a bit of a challenge for someone that's been around the world this much and moving from city to city. So how has COVID affected your world?
Well, from a business perspective, it was a bit of a challenge to start with because, again, I travel, so I've got a global clientele. I don't necessarily have the local clientele built up.
Okay.
So that was a lot of learning, and Facebook and ads and pixels and yada 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 and everything. So that's I made it through that, and mostly it's affected me just like the people I've been dealing with and helping. Watching how everything's affected them, like the amount of depression and issues and lack of drive and like just there's some people that these last 2 years is almost I don't know if murdered is the right word, but it's the degree to which it's impacted them emotionally and mentally and spiritually. People normally only think about the physical stuff, like, can I pay the mortgage,
Right.
but the stuff on the inside, I've been dealing with some heavy clients,
Really? Well, not heavier than this show. I'll tell you that right now. Richard,
Hey,
so I want to
when you first met me, I had a 6-pack. Now I've got a keg. So
that's why we do a beer podcast. That's why we do a beer
100%.
podcast. So I got to ask. So the different types. So psychic. What does that mean? You're a psychic. What does that mean? You can see the future.
Yes, psychic is actually a blanket term. It's like if somebody says I'm a doctor. Okay, great, you're a doctor. So, but now what kind of doctor are you? Are you are you GP? Are you a proctologist? Are you a gynecologist? Are you a a
you
surgeon?
know the
Whatever.
proctologist right away. They stick out like a sore thumb. No pun intended.
And but you understand what I'm saying, right? So doctor, it's like saying I'm a psychic, right?
Yep.
So what I do is I do what they call clairvoyancy, which comes from the French clairvoyance. It means clear vision, and I see with my mind's eye. So when I read people, even over phone or video, you've seen me do it on the radio, right?
Yeah.
I don't use anything. I see visions in my mind's eye, right?
Okay.
And I channel information. Sometimes I hear voices. So far they haven't told me to eat the neighbor's canary, so that's good.
That is great.
And I get answers, right?
So what's your batting average then? Like, do you know? Like, does somebody call you and go, "You got that one," or do you get calls and people are like, "Nah, you struck out, dude"?
You get your fair share of both. 90% of the time, I get the first part. Wow, Richard. I never expected that. Scroll down my Facebook profile. You've got my website up there. My social media is all in there. Scroll down my Facebook profile. You'll see nothing but comment after comment. But only God is 100%, right? So you get the odd person that I tell people. A psychic reading, the only concrete part of it is the past and present, because you can't change it. So when I say this is the future, I only mean like, without conscious effort, if you keep on this same path, this is what's going to happen, So what's sometimes people make, chaotic decisions,
Right.
And then that changes everything.
Yeah.
So, I can't take away your freedom of will at the same time. But if you're going to do that, and if that's what happens, then it's time for another reading.
So what's Reiki is, I'm going to ask you again, Reiki master, what does that mean? What is that?
Reiki is channeled energy through sacred symbols. It's actually very, very minimal touching, but it's a form of hands-on healing. And it's an ancient technique that was handed down from a Buddhist monk. It's primarily emotional release work, which is why it's effective, because we store emotions in our muscles and joints. So, I found that Reiki has been very, very beneficial for people going through this time over the last year or two as well. Right.
Very interesting. Before we go any further, if you want, and we're going to see if we can work this out, Richard's going to do a reading, and we'll pull in a guest. Okay. So if you're watching, obviously you're watching live, you can send it in the comments section. Just say, hey, I'd like a reading. We're going to send you a link, and then you're going to join up, and you'll have to be on video. We'll have to see your face. So be dressed. Then we're going to send you the link, and then we'll join in, and Richard can answer a question or two for you.
Absolutely.
This is my next question, Richard. So jump in the comments. If you want to get a quick reading from Richard, you can do that. Just fire it off right now. Richard, can you just pan up? Do you got a nudie on your wall behind you? What is that?
Oh, that's an angel.
Oh, okay. Well, that's better then. That's
So
better
it's
than what I thought.
I guess, generally a depiction of a cherub, I guess.
Okay. I was a little concerned. I was like, what room are we in right now? That's funny. So this is the 3 beer pod. We talk beer and then we talk to cool people. Does alcohol affect your reading? Like when you're reading somebody, if you maybe had a glass of wine too many, maybe a couple too many beers, are you just like, you're going to be a dog one day?
Well, alcohol never solved anything, but then again, neither did milk. But, you know.
That's a true statement.
Yeah,
absolutely.
The new title of the podcast.
It's beautiful.
As a general rule, I don't drink when I read, though, because, my mind is my lifeline.
Mm-hmm.
So anything that affects the mind,
Okay.
Ironically enough, I love to have alcohol. I love to cook with it. I love a can of beer in the barbecue sauce or the chili.
Ooh.
I love wine in the pasta sauce or, whatever, right? A shot of whiskey here and there, But, if I drink, it's always when I know that I don't have anything related to my work in the immediate, vicinity or future. So
next time you get a couple drinks in you, we want readings. We just want to see that goes. Okay. Let's see how that plays out.
I'm curious to know if when you get a vision and you're like, oh, dang, I don't want to tell them this. Do you ever just censor it, or you're just like, nah, I can't tell them that? Like, how does that process work? Because I feel like if I got a vision, I'd be like, ooh, never mind. Everything's
sometimes,
good.
Yeah, sometimes, and like sometimes I just won't tell them because only God is 100%, so I can be wrong,
Okay.
And like just in case I'm wrong, I don't want to do that to you, So
Appreciate
I'll steer around it, or I'll try and guide them through the situation without actually telling them what I see, because things can change anyway. So if I can help you change it, why rub it in your face? And it's up to them if they listen to me.
We're talking to Richard. Sorry, Richard. Richard Ravenhawke, TorontoTarot.com is the website, and you can do readings. You can talk to people. We got more questions for you, but we do have somebody that's going to get a couple of questions answered. I'm not sure what he's asking here, but we're going to pull in. This is Doug. Where are you, Doug? Let's pull you up here.
Hey, Doug.
There's
hey guys,
Doug Robbins.
Long time watcher, first time caller.
Welcome aboard.
This is great. Doug is a past sponsor of the podcast with this ring. He's also got his own podcast, Engagement, and he's just an all-around good guy. So, Doug, first of all, Doug, tell us about the podcast. How's it going?
Oh, it's great.
Yep.
We're knee deep into Black History Month, and
yep, we
our first guest that we had on, fantastic lady. You may know her. She goes by STR, Shauna Travis Regan. She's a dynamo of a person. Her husband, not so much, but we tolerate him.
Hurts.
Yeah,
that hurts.
A little bit when you can. And we've had a few guests on. We have tomorrow's episode is Sugar. So we're talking with someone who makes something sweet and someone who works with something sweet. So it's interesting. We're shining a light on Black-owned businesses in the area, and I'm having a lot of fun doing it and having a sippy as we go along.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Engagement. Find it, and then you can have a watch. That's tomorrow night. What are you drinking, Doug? It is a 3-beer pod. What are you sipping on there?
I miss the States.
Yeah,
I was there recently, but I had a real hankering for, and it was in the fridge and it was cold. A little MGD.
So. That is a solid beer.
It is.
Yeah.
Crushable.
Yeah,
crushable.
Yes.
All right, so Richard, are you getting any feelings already from Doug? Do you have anything you're like, this guy's about to win
emotional
the lottery?
Feelings or otherwise?
You sick man. Oh my God, a real psychic.
I could probably read your future for you or your past. There's a box of Kleenex in your corner over there. So either you've got a cold or not.
Yeah, where that was going. I got it.
I I get the feeling that things are changing for you financially this year.
Oh, am I going to be rich?
Well,
richer.
starting September, October, you're going to be feeling very positive about the direction that things are going.
Oh,
I
hope it's
now
on.
it may be through buildup of social media. Maybe it's becomes a secondary revenue stream. I don't know, or it could be something else that you're either investing in or starting.
Wait a minute. Is it Doug's OnlyFans is going to take off?
His premium
My
Snapchat.
TikTok future is looking really strong.
Yeah, no, the something about September, October, things are just going to be amazing for you. So it's really, really looking up. And
will I be thinner then?
Well, you're kind of asking the blind to lead the blind. But let me see.
There's a lot of weight on this podcast.
There's a lot.
Hey, if anybody tells you you're fat, you just tell them that's okay because you're ugly and I can diet.
Oh, wow. I tell them that all the time, even in the grocery store.
But
something.
Yeah, no, I think that I actually see it being a year where you focus on that. I don't know that you've lost a lot of weight this year, but I'm looking at you like, say, in 3 years.
Yeah, it's the lines that make me look thinner.
Yeah. I don't know if it's maybe you're changing your diet around or something, but it is a slow but steady process for you. But I do believe that you're going to make progress.
Good to know.
Nice.
Do I see any kids in my future?
I don't see you having any more children.
Oh, good. The vasectomy worked.
See, he's good.
This guy's good.
Yeah, no more kids. So,
what about grandchildren? Has he got more coming?
Ooh,
you have a granddaughter coming in 2023.
Interesting, because both of my kids have had a vasectomy.
Okay, well,
we did the 2 buy 2 get 1 free combo.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't be the first time it's happened. So
when that happens, we're bringing this whole podcast back.
Absolutely.
Buddy.
Remember when?
Yeah, absolutely. It wouldn't be the first time.
Oh, okay. I love another princess in my household. Great.
Nice. Was there anything else, Doug? What else you feeling here?
Well, I'm just wondering about hair. Is it going to come back? I used to have a fro, and now it's just more of like a big skin disc back here. So, I mean, if you have any insight on that, that'd be great. I mean, again, blind.
Well,
blind.
there's a possibility of that because that's called a transplant, and after October, you're going to be a lot more positive.
Hey, buddy,
like this.
Wow.
Well, okay, so that's interesting. If I'm going to be that rich, I was just in Vegas and I noticed this old guy who looked like he was dripping rich because of the young girl that he was walking with. Is that something in my future?
You can't choose your father, but you can choose your daddy.
So, I think, whereas the kids now say daddy.
That's what they all say, So, yes. Maybe not by Christmas, but I can see over a 3 to 5 year period. Like, I don't know. It just feels like you're going to be doing really awesome with money. So, I mean, you want a son bunny, dial one up.
I mean, I did work in finance for 15 years managing other people's money. So maybe it's going to,
There you go.
Yeah. It's going to pay off. There's something that you're investing in or doing, and it's just going to go amazing for you.
It's looking good, Doug. Everything's great.
Man.
Will he still be alive though in 3 years when his hair comes
Yeah.
Oh, you will be. But
Okay.
I'm telling you, you're going to end up like one of these guys that bought Apple when it was $20, or something like that. I don't know what it is, right?
Good Macintosh.
Awesome.
Nice.
That's awesome. Hey, Doug, we're going to watch that podcast tomorrow. You can find it on Facebook. Engagement is where you track it down. Like it, follow it, join in tomorrow night. Doug, thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Doug.
it. There you go. Rest in
man.
peace.
Is he going to be alive? What kind of question is that?
I hope you were getting him confused with me when you were talking about all that money flowing. That's what I was. Like, man, maybe he's reading the wrong picture here. Like,
give Tim a reading here.
Yeah.
Has Tim got money in his future?
You know, Tim's wealth is going to be self-made.
No.
Eventually, I see Tim with a lot of money through property. So,
buddy.
maybe
Which in turn,
could be.
I know a good real estate guy.
I don't know if it's
Okay.
investment property or what it is, but
All right.
I don't think it's going to be 10 years, but it's going to be like a couple years anyway. So
Okay.
we'll say, maybe 2025, 2026.
Okay.
There's something that you have an opportunity, and it has something to do with money and property. And assuming you take advantage of opportunity, it will work out for you. Which in turns means it'll probably work out for Chris.
Oh wow, I like this, Cloudy.
okay,
This
so,
is a win-win. All right.
give me a financial reading here. I guess that's the question. What's my financial future look like? If you
Wah,
say
Financial
wah.
You see, financial reading. Geez, see, all babies want a sugar daddy until daddy wants some of that sugar, right? This is Chris.
what am I gonna do?
No, I think for you, this next year or so is a very slow, steady climb. I feel like, and I don't know if this is seasonal or not, but I feel like May and June is going to be stellar for you. And I feel again about October, November, right?
I like that. I like it.
And so you're going to do very, very well with sales. And I do believe that this is a year where Chatham Kent is starting to really expand.
Oh, buddy, it's gonna blow up.
Yeah, you're going to see. You're going to start to see the beginning of like the condo boom, and things like that. So you'll be right there to jump in on it.
Do you reach out and contact people who have died? Like, can you connect with them?
I'm not a medium that I can talk with them, so it's one of those things that I either get or I don't.
Okay.
It's not that I never have, but with me, it's not like a switch because I don't put a lot of time or effort into nurturing that side of it. But when I read, I do channel, so I get information from a higher source for sure.
So Tim's got a big fan of Eddie Van Halen. And
False.
He hates Eddie Van Halen.
Don't throw my channel off. What are you doing, man?
I was
trying
just
to
wondering.
get him to channel in here.
Eddie doesn't know that, does he? He died not knowing that Tim hates him.
I hope so.
He's good. He's good. Can you tell me what the future looks like for Doug Ford?
Doug Ford,
will he be premier again?
I don't see him being premier again. I see him stepping down as head of the party.
Whoa.
Wow.
More time to snowmobile.
Yeah. I think that I honestly think that, well, first of all, I think whoever wins this next election will simply just be because they're not the other guy.
Yeah.
But
fair enough.
I think the next one's going to be female. I really do.
Oh, Andrew Horvath sleeping in there?
It may very well be. And, if not that, somebody else similar. But I almost feel like it's long overdue. And the minute they introduce a strong female figure that way, I think the change is going to spark so much interest. It's just going to be like a landslide.
Okay, well then let's go up the chain. Justin Trudeau.
Oh, well.
Don't look like it hurt.
Yeah.
That vision just
hit him like a truck. Yeah.
What can I say? I would make a terrible poker player. Although I love poker, but I don't see. I actually don't see the Liberal Party doing that well into the next. It almost reminds me. What was that year? Who was it? Was it Brian Mulroney or was it one of them? But anyway, he made so many bad decisions that come the next election, the Conservatives only had 2 seats.
Yes.
So I forget exactly who it was, right? But it was one of those guys.
Wow.
But, I can see the Liberals very, very much so taking that. I really think that Justin should be stepping down. But that's my opinion. That's not what I see,
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, the Liberals aren't going to make it into the next election. So the next Canadian government will be Conservative.
Oh, well, there you go. You heard it here first. You heard it here first.
This is a 3 Beer Pod exclusive.
Right here.
Yeah, I believe it'll be Conservative with a Liberal minority.
Okay. So, Richard, if somebody's listening and they're like, hey, I'd like to have a further conversation, maybe a personal reading, can they reach out through your website? Is that how we go about doing it?
Absolutely. All of my social media is there, my Facebook, my Instagram, my email. They can join the mailing list. I've even got a thing because I accept crypto as well as conventional cash for readings. So they've got the crypto app there. They've got and I've got like all my media up there, etc. Yep. And all they've got to do, torontotero.com. And they can contact me 24/7. And my phone number's up there.
There you go. 24/7. Could you imagine 3 a.m. call? Richard.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
Oh, Richard. Yeah. We might have some pops this weekend and give you a call.
I do turn my phone off when I sleep for that reason.
That's probably a good idea.
It's not an office number, but
that makes sense. Makes sense. Richard, we appreciate this so much. We'll get you back on the radio here soon, and we'll have you back as a guest in the pod again at some point. Look him up, torontotero.com. Richard, thanks so much, buddy.
It was amazing. Have an awesome night.
Thanks, Richard. Well. Appreciate it.
Well. Okay. That's awesome. That's awesome. See you, buddy. There's Richard Ravenhawke of torontotero.com.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about buying a property. Richard's doing well. I think Doug did well on the thing.
Yeah, I think he's got a good life ahead of him.
I'm not sure if yours was as good as mine on that, but
he really didn't answer. He kind of dodged the question altogether.
Yeah, that's how am I going to do? You got one of those bad visions, and he's like
checking out.
Oopsie. Turns out the government's coming after you, buddy.
There's Richard Ravenhawke. torontotero.com is his website. That's where you can track him down, get a hold of him. And when you do, let him know you heard him on the 3 Beer Pod. Make sure if you download the audio, what is that they say? Like comment,
subscribe,
do all that BS. Yeah. On YouTube as well, because that helps with the podcast. Timmer, cheers, buddy. We'll see you next week.
See you, Claudia.
Cheers.